I always dreamed of having a dance company. I started coming here more for dance specifically, to focus on learning what it is about street and club dance culture. What was the gap that I have to fill to understand, because in Europe it's big, but it's still an exported culture. I'm Tatiana Desardouin. I'm the director and the choreographer of Passion Fruit Dance Company. I'm coming from Switzerland, born and raised, and I'm Haitian. My parents are Haitian.
So my name is I come from Switzerland, born and raised there. I moved to New York about 8 years ago now. And we have as well Maile Ho, that she couldn't be here today, but she's also one of the core members of Passion Fruit Dance Company, and she's French and Vietnamese.
Passion Fruit came to life with that idea of, okay, now how can we build a bridge so people can understand a little deeper about the origin of the culture. The goal with Passion Fruit is by any means necessary really to highlight those points, those specific things about the culture through performances, through an educational program called Passion Fruit Seeds, and also different cultural events. And the whole goal is, how do we build bridges? How do we provide quality education, not just movement, but okay, how can you help people to really participate within the community, understanding the history, the background, the dirty history that people don't always want to relate hip hop to, that it's coming from slavery. If it wasn't slavery, it wouldn't be no hip hop. Anything related to Black American culture comes from, anything beautiful actually is in relation with that pain as well. And that's the part that you can see the disconnection because of that. Because for people, it's only about, having fun, peace, unity, having fun and dance and good music, and that's it. But there's a heavy heritage behind. And without that understanding, I feel it's difficult even for people to understand how to approach, to be part of the community without doing some weird appropriation sometimes. Hip hop is about Black liberation, fundamentally. So was jazz, and hip hop is just the continuum of jazz. Jazz was not only a music or a dance, it's a movement about Black liberation, and we are the babies of it, street and club dance. So it's all a continuum.
This actual show is talking about the groove. So as she said before, we always like to find out or to ask the question, the why question. Where it comes from, but why. Then we developed into like a lecture and Q&A where we have conversation after the shows about, as she said, the race and all of that. We went to a community of young kids that the life weren't that easy. So she was able to bring that program over there and actually use the dance to gather everyone and to work on something together and then talk about that problem and try to help them.
It gave them some glimpse of, okay, wow, we are actually amazing, powerful, because our culture did resonate worldwide, and I was telling them, like, that's the reason I'm here, because I found that about hip hop all the way in Switzerland. And mind you, it's worldwide now, and it comes from your community.
We came here and it's really like, you can breathe and you can take the time to reflect on what you want to reflect. Especially for art, this is something very useful and necessary.
Yeah, this whole experience was fruitful for us because we were able to thinking that we are in the museum. So I thought of, like, she's a photographer as well. So I thought of, like, okay, why not using the photos that she does for dancers as a representation of our environment, as a homage to our community. So this is gonna be the first opening of the piece, and we created a connection, a theme towards the pictures that leads to the piece that's connected. And the fact that it was in a museum, that's what gave me this idea to show the groove through pictures.